大家好，欢迎来到中文播客。I'm Selena.
And I'm Johnny. Hey, Selena, I heard that you were feeling sick recently.
Yeah, I felt a little bit sick recently, but I feel so much better now.
Oh, I'm just really glad to see that you're here and that you're okay. And did you go see a doctor then?
我有去看医生。
Awesome. Well, like I said, I'm really glad to see you okay and here making videos with us and talking about seeing the doctor. That's actually our topic for today.
没错，今天我们要来聊一聊在中国看医生前会需要学的一些词汇。
Right, so let's dig right into it. So Selena just told us that she went to the doctor recently. Right, Selena?
没错，我前几天去看了医生。I went to the doctor a couple of days ago.
Right. But the thing is that doctors work in different places. Some doctors work in clinics, whereas some doctors work in hospitals. So how do we say clinic and hospital in Mandarin Chinese?
Okay, if you want to say hospital, it's 医院. But if you want to say clinic in Chinese, it's 诊所.
Right. But what if we want to say that we want to see the doctor at the clinic or at the hospital?
Then we can say 我要去医院看医生 or 我要去诊所看医生.
Right. Thank you, Selena. But what if we have an emergency and we have to go to the emergency room?
Oh, 如果你有急事，比如说受伤了或是骨折了，那你可以说急诊室。
Oh, okay. 急诊室, right?
You're right. That's the Chinese of emergency room.
So Selena, I remember that you mentioned two words in your previous sentence, 受伤 and 骨折. So what do those two words mean?
Okay, so these two words are 受伤 and 骨折. The first word, 受伤, means to get hurt or get injured. So if you want to say, I'm hurt, then you can say, 我受伤了.
Exactly. But something that I've noticed that many Chinese learners do is that they tend to say 我受伤了我的头 or 我受伤了我的脖子, but that's actually wrong, right, Selena?
Yes, you have to say 我的头受伤了 or to say 我的脖子受伤了. You have to put the body part in front of the 受伤了.
Exactly. But what about 骨折? Is it the same?
Yes, 骨折 means to fracture your bone. And if you want to use 骨折 in your sentence, then you also have to add the body part in front of 骨折了. For example, you can say 我的手指骨折了 or 我的脖子骨折了 or you can also say 我的膝盖骨折了.
But in most cases, when you have an emergency or when you have an accident, you really don't have the time or energy to explain to others what's going on with you. So now let's look at what you can say or what people would say when this kind of situation arises.
紧急的时候，需要请旁边的人帮你叫救护车. Okay, so 叫救护车 means to call an ambulance.
Right, exactly.
Okay, but we don't always go to the hospital for emergency cases. So we need to learn some vocabulary words for medical checkups.
Exactly. So let's look at the next section then.
前几天我去看医生的时候，用了一个非常有用的单词，叫做预约。预约 means to schedule an appointment.
Right, so 预约 means to schedule an appointment, but there's this other word which is 挂号, which is very confusing for a lot of Chinese learners because it's somewhere in between to schedule an appointment and to register yourself at the hospital or the clinic. So, like, I've seen it in four situations. Like, the first situation is like when you have a scheduled appointment and you go to the hospital or the clinic and you register yourself. Or, like, there's this other situation, like when you do a walk-in, you get to the hospital or the clinic, you don't have a scheduled appointment, so you have to put your name on a list. So you still 挂号, you still register yourself. And then when you call over the phone to make an appointment, some people say 预约, but some people also say 挂号. And then the fourth situation is like when you get on the official website of a hospital or a clinic and it says 挂号系统, the appointment schedule system. So what does 挂号actually mean then?
You're right. So 挂号basically means to register yourself to see a doctor, whether or not there's a scheduled appointment or you're just doing the walk-in.
Right, exactly. But is there a word for walk-in in Mandarin, by the way?
I don't think so, but you can imply that you're doing a walk-in. For example, you can say 我没有预约, which means I do not have a scheduled appointment. Or you can also say 我要挂号 when you go to the hospital.
Right.
Okay, now let's look at some vocabulary words that can help you tell the doctor what's wrong with you or what the symptoms are. Okay, so if you want to say your body part is in pain, then you have to say your body part 痛. For example, 哎，我的头好痛. Or you can also say, don't touch me, 不要碰我，我的手臂痛.
Now let's look at some additional vocabulary words that we can use when we're talking with our doctor about what's wrong with us.
如果你肚子痛，那你可能会呕吐或者是腹泻。
Right, so 呕吐 means to vomit, right?
Yes. 呕吐 means to vomit. And you can also say 我想呕吐 when you are feeling nauseous.
Right. And if your tummy hurts, something else that might happen to you is 腹泻, right?
Right. So 腹泻 is a fancy way of saying to have a diarrhea or 拉肚子.
Right, exactly. So, are there any additional vocabulary words that we could use when we're talking with our doctor about our symptoms?
Yeah, here are some additional words that we can use. For example, to sneeze. To sneeze, we will say 打喷嚏. Or to cough, we will say 咳嗽. And for migraine, we will say 偏头痛.
So, today we learned a lot of useful words that we can use at the hospital or when we have a medical emergency. Now, let's do a little quick review of what we learned.
诊所
Clinic,
医院
hospital,
急诊室
emergency room,
挂号
to register,
预约
to schedule an appointment,
受伤
to get hurt or to get injured,
骨折
bone fracture or to fracture a bone,
症状
symptom,
痛
to hurt or pain,
拉肚子
to have diarrhea.
腹泻
The formal way of saying to have diarrhea,
打喷嚏
to sneeze,
咳嗽
to cough,
偏头痛.
migraine.
Thanks for watching. We hope that this will help you with your next appointment with a doctor in China.
And don't forget to leave us a comment below to let us know if we missed out any words that you might want to know. That's it for today. I'm Johnny,
I'm Selena.
and see you next time.
下次见.
Bye.
ChinesePod, ChinesePod.